Not at all. It's a pleasure and an honor, as always, to be on your panel, and especially when it is filled with such exalted names. So I speak here as a layman purely. Four things. Number one has to, I would say, in the short term at least, congratulate Pakistan. It has what we could not do, win back Aksai Chin. Pakistan has won back its territory, which was East Pakistan. This is what they always wanted to do. What was broken away from Pakistan has been, at least now, if not through land, through their thinking, through their morality, through their ethics, and through their policies, is being united by this charlatan Yunus, who I have to say, admit as a layman, is fiendishly clever. I mean, he reminds me of one of those Bond villains. And I don't know, I mean, he's always swiveling on a chair, but I don't know whether the pond that surrounds the chair has crocodiles or not. Be that as it may, the fact remains that we were all wondering whether he is, in fact, supporting the jihadis. He turned out to be a jihadi. That is what is so clever about him. If you look at in the last 1 year what he has achieved single handedly, two things. Number one, you see it practically every day, and this is very painful, and that is why I'm proud as a country that we've stood with Sheikh Hasina, because that seems to be the last straw, that last hope of Bangladesh, and that is why they are so desperate to get her. That is why the death sentence has been awarded. That is the reason why, because they just know that if they were to take out Sheikh Hasina, the entire opposition or whatever Bangladesh ever stood for, its history, its creation, will be wiped away like the Iranian Revolution did. And the fact of the matter is, you can see it in the last 1 year. What Pakistan did, it took 50 years. It wiped away our combined history of the subcontinent so that consciously it could look towards the sand dunes of Arabia. So now you talk to any Pakistani child and he would say, well, my origins lie east of or west of my country. They have nothing to do with India. Bangladesh is already, demolishing statues of Mujibur Rahman, already taking out from banknotes, or every symbol of what created Bangladesh is being slowly wiped out before our very eyes. And this is what Yunus always wanted, and he's got it. Now, two things, and they are very important as a layman. Is this situation worse than what our other neighbor dishes out to us, Pakistan? No, not yet. So when we can deal with Pakistan, right now we can deal with this Bangladesh.
Yeah,
and I think we have to have that mentality. Otherwise, we will be scared, and we don't want to be opening two fronts right now.
No, but sorry, I'm interrupting you, Dr. Nathan. My apologies. It's just that the borders with Bangladesh are far more porous. The amount of radicals and radicalization, and these entities, if they're getting a free run there, it's a huge security situation, especially with Bengal going into elections right in the neighborhood there next year.
And this is, just 30 seconds. And this is where I was coming to the third point.
Yeah.
The difference is that we have really reinforced our border with Pakistan. And right now, despite all our efforts, 500 kilometers of our border with Bangladesh is still unfenced, and 10 districts that cumulatively run 500 kilometers along the Indo-Bangladesh border are now Muslim majority, some of them as much as 80% Muslim. That is the real danger, that infiltration from Bangladesh is going to happen en masse, and SIR or any other thing will not be able to prevent it. So we have to reinforce that border as stringently as we reinforce the India-Pakistan border. Can we do that in a limited time? I think Deepak, you will be able to tell us.
No, but what about those who are already here, and if they are already operating and they want to destabilize the state here so that there is a certain semblance of continuity for the interim advisor in Bangladesh? And look at also what he's doing, trying to talk the same language as a Sharjeel Imam or somebody else, where you're doing the art of triumph and trying to show northeast of Bharat as part of a greater Bangladesh. And this is all radical vitriol. My question, Barrister, is that this entire ICT trial, who's going to challenge this? Who's going to expose the fact that this is a farce, the fact that it's a kangaroo court, and that there has been no right to trial?
I think the most important thing is that I am in an opinion that is, this trial has exposed Dr. Yunus and his mantra to the whole world stage. That's why you can see the international community, he was a poster boy of the international community. right? Now the six most influential right bodies are saying that is the way you have conducted the trial is a complete farce. See, as a lawyer, we know there is a procedural law, there is substantive law. Okay, you want to prosecute Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Look, in a haste, what they have done, they have made themselves laughable to the whole world stage. You might know Toby Cadman, one of their advisors, a British lawyer, who was advising them. Now he is distancing himself from this legal process. Why? Because they haven't even followed the simple procedural law. So if it goes in front of an appellate division, appellate court, a competent and judicious-minded appellate court will have no problem to strike it off within 30 seconds. I'm telling you, the way they have conducted the trial, the way they have constituted the tribunal, the way they have amended the law, it's all just so much force. And without any judicial mindset, they have created it is another example of mob justice. You can just say, this is the Yunus introduction to the world, how mob justice should be run, how mob trial should be run, how through mob justice, people should be given whatever sentence you want to give.
Somehow, one individual, how can he have the power? Who's helping him? He's an octogenarian. Does he have the energy to be able to orchestrate all this, Mohammad Ali Siddiqui sir? I'm just going to bring in Mr. Mohammad Ali Siddiqui and then come back to you, Barrister. Now, who's orchestrating this? Who's helping him in all of this?
As you know, that many medias exposed Dr. Muhammad Yunus's face and his meticulous design, what he did. He himself acknowledged last year to a Clinton Foundation meeting in New York. He said how he designed these issues and how supported the Western friends behind this thing, and he identified one of the masterminds on that stage. Professor Jeffrey Sachs, the professor of Columbia University, he analyzes the Bangladesh, the regime change issues, how deep state conspired behind this scene. Newly elected President Trump, he exposed how funded the what is called this American organization, especially USAID, George Soros Foundation, IRI, NDI, and such other organizations from United States. They did the similar events all over the world.
Right.
I have the statistics, 1978 and onward, 2025. 68 countries regime changes by these deep states policies. Recently, the one of the key players, the director intelligence of the US, Tulsi Gabbard, she mentioned in her speech that they are not going to do such acts furthermore.
Right.
So we could understand easily how these things happen. And many other Western media also exposed the behind this scenario of this game change. I believe, as you asked the first question, how these things going to be turned, the people of Bangladesh and the Western countries, they understood in the meantime how these things happen. So I believe, as Barrister Masood mentioned, 6 international organizations, especially UN, Amnesty International, and such other organizations, condemned this ICT, verdict against popularly elected Sheikh Hasina's government, and how manipulated this court and speedy trial within 140 days. This verdict was given. Nothing is accepted to the world, I believe. And Sheikh Hasina challenged. She would like to face the international criminal court in Hague. If
Right.
Yunus have any capacity, go over there, bring charges, and she will face over there. So the people will protect and overturn the Yunus's this autocracy.
Will they, Ambassador Deepak Gora, will that happen? Because do you think free and fair elections are possible without the Awami League, without the biggest party in Bangladesh getting a chance?
No question about it. It will not happen, sir. That's very, very clear. This buffoon wants to stay on for the next 5,000 years as chief advisor. He's an unelected fellow. He's been superimposed. There's no legal sanction for his position. So he doesn't want the elections. He's going to find some reason to do it. Sir, I conclude our two colleagues from Bangladesh are much more knowledgeable, but I have a lot of friends there. I've been there many times. I keep going. I see 4 mega trends, and I'll tell you very quickly. One, Sheikh Hasina has fight like hell for her survival. Second, this guy is going to fight for his political survival, for his physical. She will fight for her electoral survival, he for his physical survival. Third, there's an African proverb, when the elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. The people of Bangladesh will suffer. And finally, fourth, if the military finds that matters are getting out of hand, sir, I believe they will step in, sir. And I think they should. And then have elections coming very quickly, sir. That I believe. For once, I'm myself as an Indian, sir, country that has never seen military rule, I am saying I hope they take over there, because what is happening now is worse than a pogrom. It's the worst kind of thing that you can imagine.
But decorated army members are also being shafted. They are also being targeted. Those who have served with UN peacekeeping, and it's all documented here. I'm quoting from sources on the news and also on the Rights Watch. They are coming out and saying rightsrisk.org. They are also saying rightrisks.org. They are also coming out and saying that decorated army officials, army members, and it's mentioned even in the Human Rights Watch, those who have served in the UN peacekeeping force, etc., have been deprived of service and moved out, shafted, and they have been rendered, and they've been replaced with perhaps radicals. And the Bangladesh army itself has two sorts: one who backed the Razakars and the Pak army, and the other who backed liberation. And that divide remains.
I've been your ambassador in 2 countries where we've had UN peacekeeping forces. The most popular and the best is the Indian military, which is amazing. Bangladesh has been there, but they have. So you can't do this kind of radicalization when you're in part of a UN peacekeeping mission. You'll be booted out. There's no question. Secondly, the Americans, if they stop, and they can do it, if they deny Bangladesh the possibility of participating in UN peacekeeping missions, that's a big money earner for Bangladesh. A lot of money, $2,000 per month is paid, apart from the salary. I believe that's the latest figure to the officers, and 1,000 or 1,100 to the soldiers. They lose that money. Bangladesh government takes half of that money. We don't. We give it all. So I don't think they're going to mess around. If they do, it would be very stupid. You can get rid of chaps who've been there, but you can't send jihadis in the guise of peacekeepers, sir.
Right. Our job was just to put out some of these issues that there cannot be free and fair elections if the current system is the way things are operating and if this is functioning. And he is not really a peace laureate as he claims to be. That's what the numbers and these directions of the reports that are emanating from Bangladesh actually suggest. But is he the only one, or is there somebody else who's orchestrating all this on his behalf? That's the larger question, and perhaps in the coming days we'll be able to put that out too.